Hey guys, it's Hallie. Today is April 21st, 2012. It is just past midnight, so it just became Saturday. Um, I am 36 weeks and 3 days or 36 weeks and 4 days, depends on if you count. I begin new weeks on Wednesdays, so if you count it 36 weeks and 0 days, then today I would be 36 weeks and 3 days. But if you count it 36 days and I'm sorry, 36 weeks in one day. Sorry. if you count it, 36 weeks and one day is the first day, and then you go all the way up to 7 days, then I'm 36 weeks and 4 days today. um, so, wow, kind of crazy to pretty much almost be over. I still possibly could have over a month left if I go overdue. Or, I mean, I could really go any minute. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go today or tomorrow, but then again, you never really know. Knock on wood. So, the last time I talked to you guys, I'm not sure how long ago it was. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I know usually I update on Tuesday nights, and I pretty much post it early Wednesday morning because it's my new week. I've just been slacking a little bit. I've had trips to labor and delivery. So much fun. I'm sure you guys can imagine. I'm trying to remember everything so that I don't forget and leave anything out. Tuesday, I believe, was my appointment. I had high blood pressure again. It's not high to me, but it's high to them. It was like 122/94. Basically, anything over 140 on systolic and anything over 90 on diastolic, they kind of watch out for just because it's high. So even though my systolic was good, my diastolic was a little higher than they like to see. She said that she wasn't going to send me to labor and delivery. She was going to spare me. Thank goodness. But she did give me this awesome little gasoline tank, which I'm probably sure that you've seen in my little video. This song, Gasolina by Daddy Yankee. So I just had to do something to lighten the mood because I was so unhappy that I had to pee in this freaking thing for 24 hours straight. Like, every single time I had to go to the bathroom, I couldn't just pee in a toilet. I had to, like, pee into a Solo cup and then put the Solo cup into the tank because I didn't want to just pee in the tank and then pee all over my hands. And a Solo cup has, like, a wide brim, and I'll never look at a Solo cup the same ever again. And I'm sorry, my computer keeps shaking. I'm on my bed. Yeah, that's fun. No bouncing, don't worry. So, yeah, so I turned my jug in today, even though I got it Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry, I turned it in yesterday, because I forgot. Well, I turned it in Friday, how about that? Let me, like, not mess up. My mind is in, like, a million places. So, Tuesday, that's what happened then. She gave me the jug. She wanted to order new blood for me to check my thyroid since I had hyperthyroidism in November. Trying to think. She also wanted to check some other levels. I keep gaining weight. I think I was like 224 or something like that, but I had like a lot of clothes on, and unfortunately the shoes, I always take my shoes off, but the shoes that I was wearing that day were like the zippered gladiator things, and I was just feeling really huge, and I was not about to bend down to unzip them, take them off, and then put them back on, because even taking my Uggs off usually is like so much work. So note to self, wear flip-flops next time. My feet have been swelling a little bit. They have not swollen at all during this pregnancy, but they just started, I think, like Monday. I did go to the beach. I walked a lot, and the sand, I'm sure it's good exercise, but when I went home, I always make sure I have my feet up, and even right now, I mean, they're not like that swollen. Some of the people I've seen have like super swollen feet. I could show you them. They're kind of gross looking. They're not painted or anything. I don't have any toenails. Well, I have some, but not on the ones that count. I do notice that when it swells, it does get like looks like, not glittery, but it looks shiny, like it's sweaty. But it's not, it's just, I guess, the edema. So, other than that, I haven't really been retaining much water. It's just here and there. Like I said, a little tiny bit today. I had a lot Monday. I took a picture. See if I can load that for you while I'm talking. And what was it? So a little bit of edema, high blood pressure. I have been feeling a little sick here and there, just kind of like intestinal. That is kind of commonly in pregnancy, and like irritable bowels can actually induce contractions. And I thought that only real contractions change your cervix, but it turns out that even Braxton Hicks, like if you continue to have them, that actually will dilate your cervix as well. So here's a picture of my little tootsies. I'm not sure if you could see it that well. They probably don't look swollen at all because it's not clear, but you could tell how they're kind of shiny. And part of my ankle is missing on one of my feet. My one was swollen more than the other was. So, yeah, this guy here. It's not clear though. And it's so funny because this one, it actually felt, when was that? I believe it was Saturday or Sunday. It wasn't swollen. But when I came home from, I think it was like Target or somewhere, I felt like I sprained my ankle. Like I literally sat in the car a couple extra minutes and like I was perfectly fine when I was walking. And then I got in the car and then I had like the 15-minute car ride home, and whatever happened in those 15 minutes, it felt like I sprained my ankle and it hurt really bad. And then, I just started putting weight on it and I just toughed it out. But it wasn't really swelling, it just felt like I sprained my ankle. It was really weird. Trying to think what else. It was really hot here Monday. That's why I went to the beach. Tuesday wasn't that bad. Monday I had to have like my fan on, and I have my window open now, but I don't have my fan on, but I just have a little thin sheet. And last night I put a towel on top of my sheet because it was just a little, I was a little cold, but it wasn't quite cold enough for my electric blanket. Sorry, that's the only blanket I have out right now. It's just my electric blanket and my sheet. So, I'm trying to think if I've had any other symptoms. Surprisingly, I have not had, I've not really had much heartburn. And now that I'm saying that, I have like a little bit of acid reflux going on. But like I feel like before I used to have a lot, and just this last week I feel like I don't really have it as much. I do notice that when I do lay down in bed, if I don't go to bed right away, it starts to come up. So I'm not sure if that's just because I'm laying down and whatever, but if I go to bed, like, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't like wake me up out of my sleep or anything, or the burning in my throat, nothing like that. I do feel like I have to refill my little penguin humidifier because the air is kind of dry in here. It's a little bit better now that I opened the window the past few days, but I've had like sore throats in the middle of the night, and I keep my nice big bottle of Voss here with me, which is almost empty. And then I have my other bottle. I always try to keep a lot of water because my throat hurts so bad, and I just have to try to stay hydrated, which is very important at this point. I don't really feel like I've had that many contractions lately. Whatchamacallit? I probably had about 20 today, which sounds like a good amount, but before I was getting like 10 an hour at certain points, so it seemed like a lot. And obviously I am getting them. On my appointment Tuesday, they said that I am now 75% effaced, because I was only 50. And a couple days before that, I was 0. So I went from 0 to 75 in like a little bit more than a week, which is pretty cool. And I was stuck at ½ centimeter for like ever. And on Tuesday, as of Tuesday, I was officially 1 centimeter. I have not been checked since then, other than Wednesday when I went to labor and delivery. I went there because I was having really, really bad pains. They also did my Strep B test on Tuesday. They said I should get it back, or they'll call me if they see anything. Which I was kind of upset about because I asked them at the beginning, when I first started going there, I said after my NT scan and whatever else, I said, what other tests will you guys do? Just because I wanted to know. Like, I just wanted them to be upfront and honest with me. I'm someone that needs to plan. I need to know everything, what to expect. And because of all the ladies that I talked to on the baby bump group, I knew it was going to happen. I just thought, I don't know. I just thought they would tell me, like, give me a warning. Hey, on your next visit, you know, we're going to do this test. It'd be nice to give, like, a little heads up, right? So, I don't know. No big deal. But, yeah. So, I asked her also to palpate him just to see, you know, if he's still head down. She said that he's still at -2, maybe just a little bit less than -2, but not quite -1, which is pretty cool. He's pretty close to 0 station, but he's still got a little bit of ways to go. But he is dropping a little bit more. That's why I feel a little bit more pressure. And she said that, you know, it's not accurate, but she wouldn't say that he's huge. She would just say that he's around 6 pounds. And that was at 35 weeks and 6 days. Or 35 weeks and 7 days if you count it as 7 days instead of 6. Like, it's either 0 to 6 or it's 1 to 7. So however you count it. Everybody does it differently. And then, what was it? So yeah, the next day, I keep getting this pain in my side. The next day, I was having really, really bad pains, and I felt like maybe I had to poop or fart. I was like, maybe I have gas, like, building up where the baby is, and it's, like, uncomfortable. And I was, like, really hoping that that's what it was, and, like, I went to the bathroom, and it went away for, like, 20 minutes. But then it came back, and when it came back, it hurt worse than it did before. And I'm sitting there, and, like, no one's home, thank God, because people would think I was, like, in labor or something. But I'm sitting there, and every once in a while, like, you know, I would get really tight, like a contraction, but it was lower, and it was, like, really bad cramps. And I've had cramping kind of like a ovarian cyst ruptured, but this was, like, slightly different. It was higher and more, like, kind of under my hip and then across the pubic bone. It would kind of radiate under both of my hips, but more so my left one. And I was like, I was really hoping it was just gas or poop or something like that, but I already did all that. So I'm like, well, there's not much left. And then, like, sometimes I would just get, like, this really sharp pain that I would sit there and I would have to, like, literally make noises out loud, like, or, like, there's one part where I was like, ah! And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this sucks so bad. And I was about to cry. And then I called and they're like, well, you should really go in and get checked just to make sure. And I'm like, I know it's not contractions. Like, there's no way it could be. Like, contractions, you know, they're up, you know, around your belly more, and you feel it tighten. And it wasn't really anything tightening. It was more like a shooting pain. And every single time I get this pain, they're like, oh, we're going to test you for a bladder infection. We're going to test you for UTI. We're going to test you for this. We're going to test you for that. And every time, it always comes back negative, even before I was pregnant. And I'm like, ugh, like, they really need to get on the ball and find out what this is. So they picked up some kind of arrhythmia in his heartbeat in the hospital, so they kept me a little bit longer. But they basically said that it was something like musculoskeletal. What is wrong with me tonight? Musculoskeletal, and that I would need to see a chiropractor or an OMT, or to get OMT done. So either a DO or a DC. Doctor of Osteopathics or Doctor of Chiropractics, I believe is what it is. I know DC for sure. Just not sure about the DO part. But yeah. So, an arrhythmia, I'm concerned about, but I'm not concerned about. I have it, and my brother has it. I'm probably just pass it down to him. It's never really given us any problems, so far anyway. Maybe during my pregnancy it may have caused problems I didn't know about, but as far as for him, I mean, he's never going to be pregnant, so hopefully, I mean, well, not hopefully, he won't have to worry about that, but hopefully he doesn't have the same thing that I have, but like a worse version of it. So they're going to keep an eye on that. And they pretty much just sent me home. And I had some of the same pains again today. And I just had, like, you know, not to be nasty, we're all human. I had a little bit of gas. And I don't know, like, I've been having a lot of Braxton Hicks today. I didn't have any for a while, but in the last couple hours I've had, like, probably about 20 or so. And every once in a while right now I kind of feel like one creeps up, but then it goes away. It's weird. Other than that, I'm going to have to make a continuation video for my 36-week update. I will be right back, guys. Thanks for watching.